Thank you everybody for being here. See you guys after a while. Gonna go, Matt. Do your thing,
See
bro.
you soon.
Love you. Thanks for hopping by.
We're tapping by.
Tapping by, yeah.
Yeah. Wow. Just to express the last live, mostly the response we got to the last live. A beautiful confirmation from Source that we are on the right track in sharing our story. So many people have opened up about their own relationships and being like, whoa, so glad we're not alone in this. So happy that you're talking about this. And yeah, also people without relationships that are like, wow, this really got me thinking. So
Because it goes beyond only the romantic relationships, right? Like it's spiritual warfare.
Yeah.
And we're in it. Like most people don't realize it, that most people don't see it, but it's a real thing. And we are here to open up.
Yeah.
Just sharing our story. Like, so we are gonna be completely honest and vulnerable.
I have to say this one kind of makes me a bit nervous because this is where things
started to
get heavy
and dark.
And it's also, so for those who don't know us and who are just coming in to check out the live to see who these two people are talking about relationships, this particular episode is gonna be about like when the darkness starts creeping in into a relationship that is spiritually what's the word I'm looking for?
Advanced?
That wasn't the word, but that fits too. But I mean, like spiritually brought together, like that's really like
how God brought us together.
Yeah,
aligned. Exactly.
Yes, thank you.
Karen.
Yes, that's the word. Yeah, because for we are here to bring light into the world, and that means that we will face a lot of darkness, and we have faced a lot of darkness. But the way that it works, it starts off very subtly, and if you're not aware and careful, before you know it, you're deep in it and you completely forget what the whole purpose is. And I feel like this part of our story is the beginning of that creeping in. But it starts with ayahuasca.
Before that, like, I know about the archonic fields, the demonic entities, since I was little. So for me, it's nothing new. I got prepared on a very young age, and it took me like 30 years to get out of my own toxicity, which I need to overcome. In the 7-year tribulation period after that, to correct myself, right? Like, because I did a lot of crazy things in my life. Like, and yeah, in 2016, I found God again. Like, God was always there, but I remembered again. So I could, the relationship between me and my father, because I call God my father, like, we became closer. Like, so for me, it's nothing new, but for you?
Well, for me, like, I always knew of a higher power, guiding our lives. Both my parents are pretty spiritual themselves in their own respective ways. And my father, even though he practices like the Hindu religion, he was always like, you find what works for you. And that's what I was raised with. So I always knew of a higher power, and I always knew of, things bigger than myself, but I always saw source as something outside of myself, as something that I was not part of. And because of that, I saw spirituality and source as separate entities. And spirituality was just another tool that I could use to get what I wanted. Instead of, so that source element was missing for me, where, you know, let God work through you. And I've dipped my toe into the experience of that a few times before I met you, but it never lasted. And I think that was also part of my patterns and processes, because eventually the ego would always take over. But when I met you, that journey towards Source, the Creator, the Most High, I'm still working on what names resonate the most with me, because there's no real name for it. It's a feeling, it's an experience, it's an energy flowing through. And because I met you, I finally started experiencing what that actually means and what it is. But I also started seeing what a grip the darkness and the enemy has had on me.
Yeah,
And I didn't have a name for that before.
that's what I meant as well. Like the both of the spectrums, right? Like darkness and light, right? And what kind of grip it has on many people, while they not even realize it, what it really means. Like they're all stuck.
Yeah, and Carrie Ann feels that too. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's the will. Yeah, that's why I prefer father, because all those other words are too little for my father. Like it's still, I cannot explain it. Like even like.
Yeah. Yeah, and for me it's like I feel resistance towards that word father, and I feel like that has a lot to do with like my own experiences in life. But I like the thing that comes closest for me, I think, is now like divine parent. Like divine parents, like, but like the oneness of it.
Yeah.
It's hard to put a name to a
Because I know
feeling.
the father is always within the mother, and this goes beyond the intellect, like, and it's a whole life on itself. So that's for another time. But
Yeah, we're gonna talk about that too.
yeah. Okay, let's go. Let's start.
Shabbat
Shabbat shalom, shalom, shalom.
And we're almost at 10K.
Oh, we go fast, like almost.
7.
Okay, so we were already in Portugal. So this is the part 2. We were already in Portugal, but we need to go a little bit back, and you are gonna open this part, right?
Yeah.
Because it's about the ayahuasca ceremony we did together with your mother.
Yes. So you need a notebook.
She has one. I carry everything here. Carry. There was a pun.
Yeah, so we're gonna go back a little bit, because when we met, when we were first together, like I think in the 2nd month or something, because it was in June, so the 4th month. April, May, Juni. 2 months. 2 months into our relationship, Ricardo and I went to do ayahuasca. He came up with the idea, like, you know, and he said, I'd be willing to, like, you know, gift that to you, because for him it was a very profound experience. When he first did ayahuasca, his whole life changed.
So,
and
is it important to explain a little bit what it is?
Yeah, for those who don't know, that's always.
Because I don't want to interrupt you, but.
Thank you. I look like Mrs. Huxtable from the Cosby Show.
I don't know her, but I
Beautiful
suppose.
woman.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's very beautiful. I'm very blessed in that way. My biggest curse is my biggest blessing. That was a joke.
But not really though. But go ahead, talk about ayahuasca, please.
Ayahuasca is a bark from a tree, or a root from a tree in Peru, and it
In the Amazon, not
in the
specifically.
Amazon, yeah, but it's like the origin is Peru. It started there. The natives use it to connect with Source, Creator, God, Father, how you want to know it. So it opens you up, in a way that is really deep and profound. It's a psychedelic, but it goes beyond the shrooms or other things. It's a very powerful medicine. It's for body, mind, and soul, and it connected me back to God in an instant, while I was not even prepared. It slapped me in the face and brought me back in my remembrance. So that's the short info.
Yep. So he said, let's go do ayahuasca. And what? The spirit molecule, yeah.
Yes,
DMT,
exactly,
yeah.
yes.
Yeah, so initially I thought, yeah, we are gonna do that, me and him. And then we told my mom, and she was like, oh, I wanna do that too. And I thought, I don't want that. I did not want my mother to join the ayahuasca ceremony. So that already showed, now that I look at it in hindsight, that there was something there for me that was going to open up, because I was probably afraid of what was going to open up if she did join. Well, she joined, and we actually had a beautiful ceremony together. However, I did in the ceremony express for the first time in my life that she had hurt me. We did it was a group session, so there were more people there in the ceremony, and I literally shouted it through the room to let her know, Mom, you have hurt me. And that was the first time that I ever said that in my life. I ever acknowledged it even for myself. So it opened up, it exposed the gaping mother wound that is still ever present.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason why we thought it important to mention that is because that mother wound is what's bleeding through the whole story of us now. And we hit 10K likes. Thank you very much. I'm gonna stop pushing now because my fingers glued against the button, but now I can really focus.
You will hear.
Yeah, what became of it, you will hear.
Before I say, he said, or she, I don't know, my apologies. It's not recommended. It's not for everybody.
No.
It's for those who are called to do so.
Yeah.
There are different paths to remembering within, and this is a powerful tool for those who are open for it.
Yeah.
I won't recommend it to nobody because it's not my place to tell what another needs to do or how they will find their own truth.
It calls you, and that's also how you actually offered it to me, because you told me about your experience with it because it's important for your experience, and then I told you that it had been showing up on my path several times. Like I was meeting people who had done it, and I like when you offered it, that was just like, that was the calling for me, like, oh yeah, I really want to do this.
I just shared my testimony about how I came back to God, right?
Exactly, yeah. So, but it's important to mention because, it's part of, it's that mother wound is part of the whole story of us, like all the parts that we're going to talk about, including the part that we're talking about today.
Mm-hmm.
So, you want to kick it off?
Ericeira, you mean?
Yeah.
So where were we? So yeah, we arrived in Portugal. So in Amsterdam, we learned, like Father showed us, like, you are nomads, it's time to travel. Yeah, but it's like, I know what you mean. But if you don't know what you're talking about, you better say nothing. No disrespect, right? If you never experienced it yourself, maybe it's not wise to try to convince others.
Also, let's try to, because now we're going into the story,
Yeah,
so we
so-
can have like moments where we're reading the comments, otherwise we're just gonna get distracted from the
Exactly,
story.
and we're here to tell our story.
Yeah,
So if we don't react, don't take it personal.
no,
We're
we
just
will
here-
come back to you.
We will come back to it. It's okay,
No,
it's
it's
okay.
fine, it's fine.
I will put you like a mark if you want, like, and also the other ones of the Narrow Path community.
Yeah, we'll do that after the live.
Yeah,
Good
exactly.
idea, thank
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
Yeah, so go ahead.
But yeah, where were we? We were from Amsterdam to Ericeira. We found out we were nomads, and Father put us on a nomadic journey because he put on our hearts, that we needed to learn how to build a community, and we didn't know how to do that or where to start. So we chose to go to communities to be of service. So we chose a path to be of service of God and others, to help evolve and grow together. So this is what we did. Like, so we ended up in Ericeira, and the moment we got there, we didn't got I didn't get a warm welcome. You did, right?
Mm-hmm.
There were only ladies there, like, so we rented a house. We paid like 500 euros, which is crazy in Portugal, but they deceived us a little bit. We forgive them now.
And we didn't know. We came straight out of the system. It sounded like a reasonable deal, especially because we could use the facilities there. They had a dome, they had just a bunch of things that we could use to offer our services there.
Mm-hmm.
So it seemed like a good deal.
Yeah, exactly.
You can't blame us. Coming straight out of the system, we've
Yeah.
seen some things ourselves. Like,
But the room was like really not worth it, right?
No,
like, but
it
they said,
wasn't.
yeah, we have facilities you can use. We have a dome. We have this and that. And in that part, to explain, we were, even though I'm always with my Creator, with Father, I tended towards the New Age, and you as well.
Yeah.
Right? Like,
Yeah.
so we played with cards. We did some things we don't do anymore,
mm-hmm.
which was just a journey, like, but also very important to share about it. But we will come back on that.
Yeah.
So we were in our Ericeira, like, and I had all evil eyes on me. Like, I didn't even meet all those ladies. 5, 4?
Yeah, four when we started, but they were in and out. There were several
Yeah,
people
exactly.
coming in and out the place.
Yeah, so, and I felt it, like, whoa, what's this? Like, this is not a warm welcome. Like, what's going on, right? Like, well, okay, I let it go. Like, and some days went by, and there was a land sitter, right? Which we're not gonna call names, like, but that land sitter, she had something with her, like a spirit, like, they lost her. She had a spirit with her, and that spirit was so irritating towards me, like, and like, things happened and I could see it, like, because I'm very sensitive and I'm very open and I use my discernment for a very long time now, like, so I felt something is off here. It started with the house. There were demonic entities in the house. You could hear children laugh, like, who are not there, right? Like always awake at 3 o'clock, like loop dreams, like crazy loop dreams, like. And I told the owner of the land, and he said, you know what, like, just do that, like, if they aren't there, like, don't give them any attention. I said, no, I cannot do that, like, I feel it, I see it, I experience it, I dream it, like, it's not healthy. So he was in cognitive dissonance, and he said, no, we need to live with them. I said, no, I'm not that kind of person that can live with them. So that was the first resistance I felt within myself, that I said, it doesn't feel right. But then again, the people that were there, they were infected. Like, you can see that clearly now, right?
Yeah, in hindsight, definitely.
Especially the two who were like part of this story, right? The one was a little bit older,
Yeah,
a surfer,
yeah.
yeah, and this is exactly what happened. Like, she started to manipulate you.
Yeah, but it's going to
Then help me.
So, because when we arrived, we had our own, like, we had things going on for ourselves. We were doing videos every week. Like, we had like structure that was working for us. And yes, the other stuff was also happening, but we had things that were working in our favor. You know what I mean? Like, we had weekly videos like we're doing now. We were doing videos every week talking about the topics that were important for us at the time. So the things that came up with those people were very important, and we talked about it as well. So when we talked about the purpose of conflict, we talked about the archonic field, and we were also just sharing our journey online. And on top of that, we were doing podcasts left and right. Like, we had a busy schedule, you know. We
did a lot of things. But I started there because this was for me
the most important,
the most significant.
But I feel like this part is like the middle part of it, and then we can go into the.
It happened at the same time.
Yeah.
For me, it was like the first moment.
Yeah.
I was under attack.
And I didn't see it right away.
That's why you say this.
Yeah.
You see it now?
So that's where my focus was.
You were like, I'm Switzerland.
Yeah.
I don't know what's happening. Like, aren't we here together? Yeah, but I don't see it. Like, how can you tell me, right?
Yeah. I mean, there were things that I could see and there were things that I couldn't see, because there was a certain behavior from some people that was specifically aimed at you. And had I not been in a close vicinity to hear that and like actually see that happening, I didn't believe it.
You couldn't see that, like, how she manipulated you?
No, I couldn't.
Like, how she threw you in front of the lions because you told her something in private, and she opened that towards me while you were there, and it created conflict between us. You didn't see anything.
No, that's right.
I tried to communicate with you about it, right? But this is super interesting because I love it, right? Like, and maybe it's good for them to see as well, because this is the different experience. For me, I was under attack from the moment I arrived there.
Yeah.
So this was my beginning there. And it's important we did all those stuff, but I did that before that already as well.
Yeah, but for me it was a very new experience because we were doing it together. Before you, I was also doing all that stuff, but I was doing it alone. So, we did a lot of, just a lot of things, and our aim was to
Reach
bring
people.
it into like the reality, like not take it off the metaverse, because everything was happening online, and the whole purpose was to bring people to us that we could meet them in person and everything, and do events and that kind of stuff. But there was disturbance there. I wanted to do workshops. Nobody showed up, no matter how many things I promoted and advertised. We got opportunities to do things, and as we're building,
And we had a
sudden-
beautiful opportunity, and one of the ladies like boycotted
That's the one I'm talking about.
because he was jealous.
Yeah,
And
so
there was envy.
Yeah.
Right? Like,
there was boycotting. Like we couldn't get our things in the physical off the floor because there were things
in the way.
in the way.
Yeah.
And this is where I could see that I would rather follow the story of like a woman who looks like she's got herself together than the story of my partner who is telling me I'm uncomfortable, I'm under attack, and this and that is happening. But I couldn't trust you in that because I couldn't see it for myself. Mother wound.
Right. And there was something interesting because you saw a secure woman, while every morning she
was
came to
insecure,
me
yeah.
and I was always communicating about God and how she needed to connect with God, like because she couldn't find love, and I told her it's because your own behavior. So I was like in a whole like thing with her, and she did that when she was with me in the morning.
Yeah.
Every morning,
Yeah.
crying.
Yeah.
Why can I not find a husband, right? So you didn't saw that insecurity because she upheld a mask when you were there.
Yeah.
Like the other one.
Like the other one. Exactly like the other one.
Yeah.
And so for me something started happening here because I realized that I started like in a way even defending them because of the story that I was upholding about them. And not necessarily the other one, because that was more like this thing between you and her, where I indeed said, oh, it's between you and her, I'm not going to get involved in this. But I see how...
The other one manipulated you and you chose some kind of side from her.
Yes.
Because you saw how secure she was, and I saw the play she was playing. And
Yeah,
you thought it was real. Like,
I did.
You know, like, yeah.
Wow.
Right. And I was trying to tell
doing
you.
that later.
Exactly.
Holy shit.
But I was trying to tell you that, right, in that moment. And like, I don't know how, but there you lost so much trust in me.
I did. Because how could the women in my life be wrong? I needed a tribe, I needed friendships, and you were like in between all of that, developing. Wow. And you know what? I was thinking about this earlier because I was thinking like, I still don't get what happened there, but now we're talking about it and I'm like,
Right. This is why it's so important to communicate, show your vulnerability. Because what you said in the beginning, how many people thanked us for to show this.
Yeah.
Right? So they could really see their own process in us.
Yeah. And this is where I started to distrust your intuition.
My discernment and intuition,
Yeah.
exactly.
And what happened was one day one of the ladies were talking about, was it about the boots?
Yeah, it was about the boots. Yeah.
I'm sitting, so we had this spot on the land and where we would sit and record our videos, or we would sit and discuss what we were going to talk about, and we would just sit there and chill. This day, I was sitting there, and I think you went to go pee or you went to go get something. We were not sitting there together. You went down to do something.
Like, yeah.
And he and her crossed paths. And I'm hearing this mean, rude conversation from her side to him. Like she was so rude to him. Like I didn't know what was going on. I was like, huh? And I started to peek down and I see her like flustered. She's completely red and Ricardo's just standing there like,
what is going on here?
it was about Boots that he put Boots back near her near her house.
No, she slept in the house of the owner, and the owner of that house, and that house is like a staircase down, a door, a staircase down, and the living up space is up, right? Like the sleeping quarters, the living room, it's up. He said, "You can take my boots. Like, open the door, take the boots." Like, and I did that. And when I was done, I would put it back. She said, "You know that I live there?" Like,
Oh yeah. Because she felt like you totally invaded her privacy and crossed the boundary and everything, not knowing. Because just for clearance, the owners of the land were somewhere else in Peru or something.
Yeah.
They were somewhere else, and she was the land sitter. So yeah,
very
she was taking
dominant
care
and
of the land.
masculine
Yeah.
towards me, right?
Very, like, wow. If I hadn't seen it, I wouldn't have known, because to me, that was a cute little putty cat. Like, she was really cute, like soft spoken. What I saw and heard that day was the complete opposite. And I was like, I finally get what you mean. Like,
And to add something, both ladies turned against me. They teamed up, turned against me. My English wasn't as well as now. Like I was like talking half
Very
jibber,
hard,
Dutchlish, everything in Dutch. I
literally
translated. So it didn't fit. Like, and then she blamed Dad, and like there were always something that they can blame me. Like, and they were so dominant and masculine and in their own pain. But I saw through it.
yeah.
But it created a lot of conflict between you and me as well.
Yeah.
Because you said, "Yeah, I'm Switzerland. Yeah, that's not my thing." Like we just arrived in Portugal, and this is how you let me fall alone.
Yeah, I didn't have your back.
Well, you don't even know those people.
Right.
And both ladies were manipulating you where you at, like
Hard.
really hard, right?
And even we brought Create Space to them. We brought, because we used to do women's circles and men's circles. His men's circles and me, women's circles online. And one thing that we said that we were going to continue doing was bring the talking into the spaces that we came into. So every week we would like have like a house meeting. And eventually there was, the reason why we're only talking about 2, even though people were coming and going, is because they were like they stayed there the longest and they were there until our end, right?
The other ones, I didn't have any problems with them.
No,
as
they
well.
were beautiful people.
Beautiful people, like, you know, like, but it's like our story and the influence those two had on you,
Yeah.
while you being avoidant, insecure, not trusting what I show you, right? Like,
That's where I stopped abiding in you.
exactly.
Yeah. But anyway, we brought those talking circles. And so at some point when, like after that incident happened with that putty cat, we decided that we were going to go because it was like kind of like a last straw. Because I immediately believed everything that he'd been saying before. And then like that mixed with not getting anything off the floor really. Like we were just starting to look for, or we trusted and felt that it was time to move on to the next place.
She said like, oh yeah, I want to apologize for something, but I'm not going to tell you what it is.
Yeah.
Then it's not an apology.
Yeah, no.
Like if you want to apologize, at least tell me what it is. I knew what it was.
Yeah.
There were 2 things. It was like boycotting the things we fixed so we could
The
make
opportunity.
extra money.
Yeah.
Because Yeah, I live on a donation-based lifestyle for a very long time because I trust in God, like, and God provides, like, um, it's not me who's doing the work, it's God that works through me, and I always got blessings for it, right? But she tried to boycott that, like, you know what I mean,
definitely.
like,
Yeah. But yeah, so when we did one of those circles. We call it Create Space. We are Create Space, so we created space to have a conversation. And we sat by the campfire and we told them, we're being called to leave and we just opened it up. We talked about the manipulation. We talked about everything that we saw. I even had a conversation with her as well. Actually, I'm skipping a bit because when I saw how she was towards him, I actually had an hour and a half long conversation with her personally to talk about, like, okay, why does he trigger you so much? Like, this is like, you know, and yeah, she was very open about it and also curious about her own stuff and this and that. But then we had the Create Space, we talked about it, explained to them why we were leaving, and in both of them something happened. They were like, oh shit. Like, they could see their own behavior, they could see how they were, like, playing each other out.
something important happened. Like the one that was so manipulative and always backed the other up instead of let us meet each other halfway and fix it together in correction.
She got karma, yeah.
She got instant karma. She got back what she did to me in another situation, and I told her, "You see the instant karma now? What's happening?" And she said, "Oh wow, oh now I get what you mean." Yeah, yeah. The little one is waking up, so maybe she comes back, maybe not. But yeah, to finish this conversation, it's yeah, the moment we said we are going away, it did something with them both. Especially the one who was so nasty towards me. We had a beautiful conversation, and us opening up in truth helped her grow, like in such a way. Give us a sec. Like after the story, you can come up if you want, and so let me finish this first. Otherwise, I'm getting distracted. So it's nothing personal, brother. So what happened? Like she could see her own shortcomings and her own flaws in the behavior towards others. So she grew from it. She thanked me, while the other one was still in cognitive dissonance. But we ended in a beautiful way, like because we were there. Like I don't hold on to anything. I was glad that me and my partner saw through it, right? Like, and that she could see it. What I was trying to tell her for 6 weeks, because we were 6-7 weeks. We were there, and we would stay there for three months, and then move on. But the moment we chose to go was the moment another opportunity arose. Like Father opened doors because we made a conscious choice, and yeah, I'm grateful that Devi listened, because it had everything to do with her mother wound. Like, and this was so interesting. And this is like why she had a little epiphany in this moment in our conversation. Like, oh snap, that happened. Yeah, that happened. Like, and a deeper layer is this. Like, we're not fighting the flesh. It goes much deeper than that. It's the powers and principalities that are always in the way. The spirits, the entities that were always trying to create separation between that whole community. Because after the conversation with that lady that woke up from her own flaws, like she told me about like that she did like San Pedro ceremony. It's a cacti. It's also a psychedelic. At that place, infested with entities and demonic entities, like she lost herself there. So it helped her to release that spirit. Like after we left, it took a month and she left that place as well. Because she could see what was happening. But before that, they were in it. Like the other one was like in cognitive dissonance. They didn't want to see it. I don't know now because we're like 4 years ahead now. And I don't have any contact with her. But to see what happens if you are willing to speak truth, if you're willing to open up in vulnerability, and if you really, really are willing to do the work that God is asking you to do. Right? So that was beautiful. It was beautiful to see that the younger lady who I had the conflict with, like, transformed there, took responsibility, apologized, like, and yeah, we created a bond. Like, even though we left, like, it felt like we did what we needed to do. This is where we came there. So this is Sarah's story, and it's sad that Davy left because I don't know. Davy left because I don't know if he wants to add something. Do you want to type it? That maybe I can. Give me 1 second. You can type it in the chat and I can elaborate it. Let's wait because he wants to add something in the chat and then. Yeah, let me continue like the spiritual warfare. It's a real thing. I'm in it for a long time, like, and it started in a very on a very young age. And it's what she said. She just came in contact with it, while realizing now that it is bothering her whole life. And this is why we keep the story short, because there are multiple layers where the darkness becomes more and more and more. But this was a dark place, like really dark place, like coded, sugar coated in a spiritual place. Like, while a lot of things were kumbaya. Yeah, it was our first location, and not to say anything negative about the people. No, we don't judge them. It's not about that. It's about growth, honesty, vulnerability. That's why we don't call names. It's not of importance, right? Like just to see the work that had to be done. Yeah. And for 6 weeks, I was trying to show Davy, come on, girl, something is off here. Come on, stand next to me. What are you doing? Why are you under influence of those other people? It was not the other people. It was the spirits that took her for a little bit. Like, and yeah, that's more clear for her now. Right? Like, because that was only 7 weeks of our journey. 7 weeks. As I said, we are 4 years ahead. And she's still working on it. Which is totally fine. None of us is perfect. We're all here to learn. And the process with my partner made me very strong as well. So I'm grateful for the process we are overcoming together. And the funny thing is, it becomes darker. Like sometimes a little light spark, but then darkness. Like this is nothing. This is just the tip of the iceberg. Like Here's also where we started working on the Nature of Love program. We did, right? But minor works, right? Not a lot. Yeah, it's a true blessing, and it's very painful as well, especially when you're in it. Both parties. Because, I don't have control over her. I don't force her. Also, when we met the enemy in another person, yeah, we told that the last time, right? Like, as I said, I'm fighting those entities since I'm little. And I don't mind it anymore. I see it's part of the job, of the will of God, right? But to meet an enemy in the flesh, like, that is next level. Like, we were just drinking coffee, like, in Ericeira, in a little cafe that was a gas station as well. And then he arrived, like, to bring us to Lisbon. That was the next, right? That was the next. Like, if you know how those dark spirits work, right? How they use people to get to you, right? It's crazy. Yeah, so this is let me tell you a little bit. Like, before we went, we needed a ride. So we posted something. Is that true? We posted something on Facebook.
Yes.
And then a Dutch guy came, yeah, I'm going to Lisbon. Shall I give you a ride? It was a wolf in sheep's clothing, right? Like, they are almost one step ahead. But there's one who knows better and is more powerful, and that's our Heavenly Father. Gladly. But yeah, there was another one. Like, he said, no, I'm gonna bring you to Lisbon. He brought us to Lisbon, and we took the bus there to Algarve, and we stayed there in a beautiful place in Monchique. And that's the next story. So this is also the end of the story. Oh, here we go. Puzzle piece. Oh, she's coming back, so most likely she wants to say something. What's up, Chosen? You want to say something?
Yeah.
About Mr. L?
I do. So we said it a little bit, right? Because after we left, after we said we were gonna leave, we needed
a ride.
We needed a ride because we had found a place that we could go in Monchique, which was in the south of Portugal, and we needed a ride to Lisbon. But this guy was really, really charming, and he seemed very open and
like an angel of light.
Like an angel of light, he was there
very wise.
Yeah.
Very
there to help us. Same age as Ricardo as well, and they really had a click. But it was just so interesting that was like, Ericeira was our first location where we saw the enemy in a person, and the first location where we saw that again. So it was.
Sorry. We didn't saw it there.
No, we didn't see it right away. We realized that later because he dropped us off in Lisbon, but that was not the end of our story. So
yeah,
again, in hindsight,
we
saw what he was truly about.
This is a cliffhanger.
Yeah,
because
it's a big cliffhanger.
After Monchique, so after the story we're gonna tell Wednesday, is when we stayed at his place with his partner and children for 2 weeks, 3 weeks? 3 weeks.
Yeah. Wow.
which was one of the darkest 3 weeks we have experienced and overcome. We overcame that.
Yeah.
Like
Well, yeah, it did a serious number on me though.
it did.
Like for real. But we're gonna talk about that, yeah.
Mhm.
But yeah, why the darkness started creeping in this particular part of our story is because I started turning against Ricardo here. I stopped trusting him, even though I got the evidence. And had to kind of like admit, like, okay, what you're saying is true. And even though I had your back after I saw it, still internally I was not letting go of everything that I had felt before. And somewhere it also felt for me like, oh, I'm out here making friends and you're taking my friends away. So here the blame game already started.
You know which part we forget?
Mhm.
The attraction you had to that lady.
What was her name?
She wanted the name is not important, right?
Yeah, but I had
the
to come up with
the
it for myself.
photograph lady.
The photograph. Yeah, because I really wanted to do a photo shoot, but this was also from ego because I was like, I have this whole image in my
Okay.
head of what I want to express out into the world. Just like with that AI picture that I had on my profile a while ago. Like, I want to be seen in a certain way. I want the work that I do to be expressed in what I show in, any pictures or videos or whatever of me. Like, it has to be perfect.
Can I say something? It's the I want that's in the way.
Yeah.
We were
absolutely.
talking about that on our phone call earlier. Like, I'm not gonna go into depth, but that's it. Like, the I want is not a positive thing.
No, it's not. And so that attracted, and we met a lot of beautiful people in this place. Like, it's really like a hub for just all sorts of individuals who do all sorts of works, come from all sorts of work.
Free man, beautiful man.
Yeah, like
beautiful
walks
man.
of life. But there was one particular lady who was, she was really like gravitating towards me, and she was like, oh, I would love to do a photo shoot with you. And I was like, for me, it felt like, oh yeah, she would really be able to, capture that essence that I'm trying to show the world.
Well, I felt that spirit in an instant, right? Like,
And she was really just like, I think she wanted me, and I was fascinated by the attention that she was giving me, and a part of me also wanted to feel closeness to her. Like, I didn't want her, but I wanted, like, I felt like she had something to give me, and I wanted.
I want.
Yeah, I want. I said it a lot.
That's why I pointed out, because it is very important.
Yeah.
I want is not of God.
No.
It's God's will.
Yeah, and he pointed it out to me, and I went into like, I was like, no, I'm not feeling anything like that. Like, I was totally resisting everything that he was saying, but now I can see, like, yeah, no, she was totally trying to do something to me.
That spirit within her. Right?
Yeah.
And that's the what I want to. Every time those spirits went for Davy, they were irritated towards me.
Yeah.
Always. But they wanted her constantly. Right?
Yeah. And I can actually see how that is also a whole topic. Also, before I met you, there's always those spirits indeed, and like they all act the same way as well. It's not them, it's that spirit.
It's
and
that
like they all
spirit,
have the same symptoms, let me put it that way. Like, now that I think back, I can see different faces, but the same energy that just pulls on me, like
It's the game of the evil one.
I'm
It
very
can
thirsty.
only play one game. It doesn't matter which entity, which demonic entity. Yeah, there's a little difference. Like the one is more focused on intimacy, the other one is more focused on vulnerability, you know? But it's all the same egoistic game. They can only play that narcissistic game. That's it.
Yeah, right. And I think that's also because that spirit's been haunting me throughout life, that is why I thought that I was bisexual.
Mm.
Because if I think about that now, that does not align with who I am at all, actually. And I realize that that's just been I think, infatuation for the energy of that spirit, because it's good at giving a certain type of attention and a certain type of validation, and like stroking the ego and all of that, and also being able to deliver something that you want. Well, it sounds very much like a person,
Deliver.
like an entity I know. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Those entities have many faces. Well, none of them is theirs. They use the beautiful people. Hurt people. And in that pain,
Yeah, it feels good, point blank. Yeah.
in that pain, they are taken over. That's why that shadow work or repentance or how you want to call it is so important. It's so important.
Yeah.
Because if you have a little weak spot,
They go for
they
it.
go for it. If you don't have discernment, if you don't use your intuition, if you don't listen to Source, God, and you fall astray, they try. Like 90% of the human beings are under influence while not even knowing.
Yeah. And
It's deep.
yeah, it's even making me think, like, because it's making me think, like, what is it in me that is still vulnerable for that kind of attention.
Are you willing to bring some people in?
Yeah,
Because
yeah,
maybe this
absolutely.
is something others want to talk about as well. So if you
want to come up, now is your time to send a request.
Yeah, of course, because this is an important part, because you asked a very beautiful question. This is what sin is. Sin, it's adultery in many forms. It blocks your energetic field, your connection with God. And I know this is a very unpopular knowing opinion, how you want to call it. But yeah, it's about the chakras that's in everybody. We all have a toroidic field. We all have those things within our bodies. It's even written. Of course, you can join.
Yep.
Just send a request and.
Or should we open a panel?
Okay, it doesn't matter. Like, is this it?
I think so.
He wants to come up. Boom. There we go. But I need to see, like, it's been a while, right? Like, open a panel. Please help me.
Wait. May I?
Yeah, of course.
Ah, it happened.
There you go.
And here's another request.
Hello.
Hola.
Hello. Yeah, we hear you.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, okay.
It's very interesting that you share about the friendships, the people who came to your path. Um, my question is, you didn't see immediately
Me?
those people. No, Devika?
Mm. No, I didn't because I was, I think, just really sensitive to uh, believing the stories that people hold up for themselves.
Naive.
You can call it naive, but I think it's to do with so that part of the mother wound where my mom did that too. You know, she held up a beautiful picture of herself for the outside world, but I knew how she was when there was nobody else around. But I liked the version of her that she was for the outside world because that was her best face. And so I think I fall for people's best faces.
Yeah, that's interesting.
That's deep and profound because what you're saying, can I?
You can.
It's like this is how trauma works, right? So what? That's the wound, right? So what happened to you, which we didn't heal ourselves? We take over. That what hurts us the most becomes part of our pattern, our behavior. So even though you know how it feels, this is what you give others, right? Which is a spirit that is hopping through your generation. That's a generational curse.
Yeah.
And I also realize now, and thank you for asking this question, because I also realize now that this is also what I've been doing, putting up that, trying to keep up that mask of everything is good and fine and not wanting to show the vulnerable side because that is ugly and all the stuff that's going to come out about our relationship.
Yeah, maybe
I've had a lot of shame around even thinking about sharing that.
maybe something I can explain because we're open, right? Like, so you can only be manipulated if you are willing to manipulate yourself.
Yeah, absolutely. Yes.
Think,
Whoa.
think about it.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah, definitely.
especially the last years, Devi tried everything to show the outer world it was me.
Yeah.
Everything.
Yeah, and here's where it started because, the older lady that we were talking about, and she wasn't old, just older than the other one. That's why I'm saying
Older than me in that time, like a couple of years.
Yeah,
Like,
a few years older than you. Yeah, but she was very comfortable being the savior of women.
mm,
So she would she felt like she had to stand up for every lady. And it's funny because she had a lot of brothers whom she loves a lot. But still, she had a problem with patriarchy. And I saw there, now that I look at it, it's like she probably also had some kind of mother complex on her side. What are you responding to?
I was a mod already, but I knew that already.
Oh,
I did that already because she forgot about me opening up with Elite and all those people in the life. Do you remember, Kay?
she was
And
in.
and how you realize that those people who you were dealing was not the right people?
I won't say that they weren't the right people.
They were the perfect
They
people
were
for her
perfect.
growth.
No, in yeah, doesn't mean that they are bad people, but you know, when they some people makes their illusions, you know, and where in the story that you became aware of that? What
Well,
part?
yeah, like I said earlier, so for the one lady, the younger one, I had to see her behavior towards Ricardo to understand that she was playing a serious game. And with the older one, it was like when she was confronted with when she got her karma, when she got into the same situation as what she was pretty much doing to Ricardo, and her realization of that, I was like, ah, yeah. But also the things that you told me about her in the mornings versus the stuff that or the person she showed later on in the day, that was also a thing for me where I was like, okay, so she's upholding a
But
persona.
because he was not willing to abide in me,
I still fell for it.
there was no unity anymore, there was separation. The issue with patriarchy aligns with going against the father and his ways.
Yeah. Oh,
The energy we put out comes back as the same energy.
absolutely.
Facts.
Yeah.
What you give is what you get. I totally agree.
Yeah. So
So you will only be manipulated if you are a manipulator. You know what I mean? And this goes deep because it doesn't mean necessarily, like, for example, what happened here last year is I could be manipulated because I manipulated myself. Because I didn't believe in the. I believed in the cause, but I was what do you call it? Not confident enough. So I manipulated myself in believing, you know what? Let him do the work. I don't want to.
yeah,
I want or I don't want.
Yeah.
It's for my example. It's an
Right.
example.
And I also think that you wanted to believe in the good in that person.
We knew
there was
what
good.
we knew what we were getting ourselves into before he came here.
Yeah, but there was still this hope and wish that you would show something else or choose something else.
No, it's what I said for me. I didn't trust myself enough
Yeah.
to stand up, speak my truth, so I chose for another speaker and got manipulated in that process.
Yeah, absolutely. You opened the path for that manipulation because
Exactly.
you manipulated yourself.
That's what I mean. Yeah, so that's also a form of manipulation. Right? It doesn't mean you always manipulate others. Manipulation is always about self.
Yeah, 100%. I feel like I still wanted to talk a little bit about like the piece of New Age and
Yeah.
we talked about it a bit in the beginning, but I think it would be good to bring it up again because now we also have people in the panel and maybe they can talk about their experience in that.
But let me tell you, it goes like, for example, it's like everything that's too, it's not good, right? Like, for me, that's also the indoctrination of Christianity. It's all indoctrination. It's also the indoctrination of the New Age. It's also the indoctrination of the Islamic belief system. It's also the indoctrination of the Hebrew belief system. It's the indoctrination in all the systems. You follow what I'm saying? Because the path is narrow. You lost, right?
I lost you. I mean, I know in rational terms what you're saying.
For me, it's like, for example, you can go to the church and don't repent of your own behavior, and that's also indoctrination. Believing like, no, yeah, Jesus did everything for me. I don't have to do anything anymore. Like, and the New Age has also the things like playing with cards is fine,
and
but
love and light and
who is the one who you're communicating with? Did you use your discernment? Like, and now I know I don't need a middleman anymore. Why did I play with cards?
Yeah, because you didn't trust yourself enough, and
Again.
there was space to be manipulated.
Yes. So why was I manipulated with the guy that was here?
Yeah.
Because I didn't trust myself enough to do God's will. I got manipulated. I play with cards. I didn't trust myself enough, so I can be manipulated.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Whoa.
If you trust the pastor as the middleman, you can get manipulated.
Right.
Right? If you trust the imam as the middleman,